Hello, it's Peter Wright and Kathleen Beauvais with another weekly wrap up for Health Declassified. And we are coming to you from Ontario, Canada on the week ending 4th of July 2025. Interesting week this week. It's both Canada Day on the 1st and, of course, American Independence Day on the 4th. Lots to celebrate. Enough from me. How are you, Kathleen?
I'm doing great, Peter. Thank you. And thank you also very much for tuning in. And Peter, shall I do a deep dive into today's health tip?
You do your deep dive. Go for it.
All right. Well, today I'd like to talk about fake meat. Now, come on. We've
Mm.
all seen it in grocery stores. It looks, they try to fool you into thinking it's a hamburger patty. It's right. It looks like meat, but it's fake. And this is an article
Oh,
from Dr. Mercola, and we will provide the full link to this article, to the full article below this video. Very interesting, but let me give you the highlights. So it says here, eating fake meat may raise your risk of depression and inflammation. So if you think eating plant-based meat substitutes is far healthier than the actual meat, think again. A
mm.
study found that vegetarians who ate plant-based fake meat are 42% more likely to experience depression than those that don't,
Wow.
even when factors like age, body mass index, and lifestyle are taken into account. So they say eating fake meat leads to higher levels of C-reactive protein, which is a CRP, which is a marker of systemic inflammation linked to chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and autoimmune disease. Triglycerides were elevated and HDL cholesterol was lower, HDL meaning the good cholesterol was lower in those eating
Mhm.
fake meat, increasing their long-term risk for cardiovascular disease. So the body reacts to fake meat not because of its nutrients, but because of ultra-processed ingredients and additives that disrupt immune signaling and metabolic function. So they go on to say that even when blood nutrient levels appear normal, the deeper immune system activity reveals that fake meat is actually pushing the body toward inflammation and oxidative stress. There is also a good chance that the additives and industrial proteins in fake meat are acting like mild irritants to your immune system. The body doesn't always recognize these new food-like products the same way it does whole foods. They often contain seed oils and are high in sodium and contain no fewer calories than actual meat.
Mhm.
They are loaded with herbicides and contain genetically modified soy. So there you have it, Peter. I mean, yum, yum.
Wow. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah. And the sad thing is, I think about my son, his whole family is vegetarian, him, his wife, his kids, and they eat, we would call it fake meat. They eat veggie burgers. Does that come under the same umbrella as fake meat?
Well, I'm thinking of, well, there's veggie burgers are perhaps different. You have to look at
Okay.
the list of ingredients because some veggie burgers are made with actual vegetables that have been, but it's all
Right.
in the processing because in order to get it to look like a patty, they have to really process it and add a lot of seed oils and
Yep.
additives. So possibly it's not good for you, Peter.
Yeah. Be interesting if they did a comparison between strictly vegetarian people who had no fake meat whatsoever and those eating fake meat to see if which was healthier. That would be interesting. Yeah, but still quite a concern because it's being pushed so much as a healthy alternative to meat, right? And
It
it's
it
not.
did, and I have to tell you, I've tried it.
Have you?
Yes, I have. I've tried it out of curiosity just to see the taste, the texture, and I have to tell you, it really, to me, smells really bad when you're cooking it.
Oh,
The
okay.
flavor itself it does mimic meat,
Hmm.
but I don't know. It just, there's just, yeah, I will never eat that stuff ever again, let me tell you.
No, well, I think that's a lot of people are unaware of the pitfalls of going down that route. So that's very interesting. Thanks for
Mhm.
that, Kathleen. And I certainly won't be tempted to try it.
Mhm.
Okay, now I was supposed to have my little snippet of health, but I found a couple, but I must confess I didn't study them in detail, so I'm not going to display my ignorance and attempt to ad lib. I'm going to hand back to you for your health tip.
Well, Peter, today I'd like to talk about the detoxing using Dr. Morse products, and only because his products are just second to none, really they are. And they come in form of tinctures, and they
Hmm.
all contain herbs. They're beautiful. They just you put a few drops in water, and that's all you need to do.
Wow.
And they just help to detoxify the body, cleanse the body. And as I keep saying, Peter, you clean your house, you should be cleaning your body every now and again. And these products absolutely do that. They clean out your kidney system, your lymphatic systems, all of the system of elimination that has to get those toxins out of your body. They help facilitate that. And also, of course, there's always the GI broom that cleans out your gut,
Mhm.
and helps to keep the lymphatics flowing as well. So we are going to put a link to the detox kits from Dr. Morse below this video. So check them out. I think you'd be doing your body good by doing that. Back to you, Peter.
Excellent. Yeah, very, very important. Very important detoxing system. Okay, so let's tell you what happened on the Yakking Show this week. Well, had we didn't have a guest interview this week. We had a guest interview last week, and that was Jacqueline Downs, and she was talking about epigenetics and nutrigenomics. Did I get it right this time? I
Yes, you
mean, I've
did.
been
Good for
practicing it for
you.
long enough, so oh, I got it. I got it. Wow. Anyway, that was a very interesting episode, and it's on, of course, video and audio on all the big platforms and on the website. Coming up next Tuesday on the 8th of July, I think it will be Elaine Uskoski, and she will be talking about the dangers of online gaming addiction or gaming addiction of any type, online or console, but it seems to be worse online. She had a family member who got addicted, and it was a huge struggle to get him off it. She did successfully, and she's now helping other people wean their adult children mainly off. It's a problem that's more prevalent among boys and young men than girls and young women
Mhm.
because of the types of games the two different sexes tend to play. But she did notice that more and more girls and young women are playing the same sort of action games that young men are playing,
Mhm.
and increasing numbers are getting addicted too. She goes through all the pointers you need to look out for. If you have teenage children or young adults in your house and they're spending too much time on the computer, she tells you things to look out for and how to carefully protect them from becoming addicts. And of course, it's a modern phenomenon. 30 years ago, 25 years ago, it was unheard of, right, Kathleen?
Mhm.
The
Absolutely.
games just weren't that addictive. So that's coming. That's who's coming up next week, and then 2 weeks after that will be Dr. Ibru Koposoglu, and she is a skincare specialist. She is a doctor, but she's a skincare specialist, and she has some really good tips for looking after your skin and delaying inflammaging, which is a combination of which is inflammation causing aging. So she has protocols to help you prevent that. And 2 weeks after that will be Susie Kundrat, and she is a specialist in eating, moving, and grooving. So she has a holistic approach to leading a better, healthier life. She talks about diet, she talks about exercise, and she talks about lifestyle. So that's who's coming up. Before I get off that, in the future, we've just recorded a couple of really interesting episodes in the last couple of weeks. One is for what we call it an appliance that helps men perform better. I don't want to go into too much detail because I'm going to trip over my own tongue and embarrass Kathleen, myself, and you. But it's an interesting one, and it would be beneficial for many people who men and women who are concerned about the male partner's performance. Let's just leave it like that. It's coming up soon. And then another one, which is fascinating, is a doctor who is a pioneer in stem cell regenerative medicine. And that it answered a number of questions I had about the ethics of stem cell therapy. And it's absolutely incredible what the results they are getting with stem cell therapy. So that's all coming up in the future. So to make sure you don't miss out, hop onto the website, healthdeclassified.com, sign up for our newsletter. We just send you one email a week and we tell you who's on this week or next week and who's coming in the future. Now, of course, having spoken about that, we need to look at a book. We always have a book that we feature, and today we're featuring the cupping book, which is by, I don't know if you can see that. This was Dr. Tom Ingenio, who was on the show last year, I think it was 2024. And that's his book, and those are the cups. And cupping is an ancient therapy, been practiced for several thousand years, started with the Chinese originally, and it's very popular in Asia. And he's using it very well. He also does acupuncture. He's like reintroducing Eastern medicine or Eastern practices into North America. And cupping is great for pain, for back pain, shoulder pain, large muscle pain. Very easy to use and very safe. In the old days, they used animal horn or glass vessels, which had to be heated by fire, which of course is dangerous. These are silicone cups and they compress very easily and stick on, and they do the job. So that is our featured author and featured book of the week. And I think, Kathleen, that's probably it for me. So back to you. What have you got?
Well, thank you all so very much for tuning in. And until next week, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.